Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, we have the numbers for week 5 in terms of viewership. So, Alabama and Georgia was the most at 10.42 million. Oregon versus Penn State pulled in 8.5. LSU Ole Miss, a little less than 7. Ohio State Washington pulled in over 5. Florida State Virginia, Notre Dame Arkansas, and USC Illinois pulled in a little over 4 million, which is exciting because if you look at all three of the Big Ten time slots, they all hit the 4 million viewer mark. So if you look at USC and Illinois, that was the big noon kickoff. That was the noon time slot. Notre Dame and Arkansas was also at that time, the noon time slot. But USC, Illinois, both ranked, both very solid teams, pulled in 4.12 million. So the big noon kickoff pulled in over 4. The CBS, you have your 3:30 time slot. That was Ohio State and Washington. That pulled in 5.23 million. And your NBC 7:30 slot, Oregon and Penn State, pulled in 8.5 million. To be completely honest, I thought Oregon and Penn State would be the number one in terms of viewership, but I understand why Alabama and Georgia is. Honestly, you can go either way with both of them, but I personally, I thought Oregon Penn State would be the most viewed of the week. I was wrong, but number 2 with 8.5 million is really, really good. So 8.5 to Oregon and Oregon and Penn State, a little over 5, about 5.25 almost for Ohio State traveling out to Washington, and USC comes to Champaign, Urbana, and that was a ranked matchup. That was 4.12 million. So this is all from Sports Media Watch. I keep a close eye on the ratings because, as we know, ratings is, important for broadcasters, especially for selling advertisements. And, when it comes to media rights issues, once TV deals expire and up for renewal. So ultimately, the Big Ten has Fox, it has CBS, and it has NBC as their 3 media partners. So each time slot this week, each media partner got a game with over 4 million views. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that pulled in 4 million or more, and the Big Ten had 3 of them. We had Alabama, Georgia, that was SEC. LSU, Ole Miss, that was an SEC matchup. We had Notre Dame. They are independent, but they are affiliated with the ACC, so basically an ACC versus SEC. And then Florida State and Virginia pulled in almost 4.5. That was an ACC matchup on ESPN. So USC at Illinois, that was the Fox Big Noon Kickoff, pulled in 4 million. So Fox got a game that was over 4 million. CBS got a game over 4 million. Ohio State versus Washington pulled in almost 5.25. And then Oregon, Penn State, NBC got a game over 4 million. Actually got double that, 8.5 million plus. I'm not really sure what the asterisk is. Doesn't matter. But ultimately, all 3 of the Big Ten's time slots this week got a game over 4 million viewers, which is very impressive. And they all had to do with realignment. Oregon recently joined, Washington recently joined, USC recently joined. So Big Ten added former PAC schools, Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA. So that is doing good numbers for Big Ten TV viewership. So all 3 of the Big Ten time slots for Fox, for CBS, for NBC, all got over 4 million viewers. For, what was it, week 5? Yep, week 5. We're coming into week 6. So all of the big three slots, the noon kickoff, the 3:30 kickoff, and the 7:30 prime time, all got over 4 million views. So with that, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.